Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of Daily Daryl Live, and today we're talking about dealing with judgment from others, dealing with judgment from your peers, dealing with judgment from your competitors, with opponents, from family members and whatever. And I wanted to start this kind of little bit of talk today by talking about a quote that I heard one time. The great legendary coach Pat Riley, who played at the University of Kentucky and went on to coach in the NBA with the LA Lakers, the Miami Heat, New York Knicks, won 5 or 6 NBA championships. He always had a quote that I love to listen to. He said, if you're going to coach and your battleground is the NBA, he goes, you better be able to deal with getting beat. And I thought, man, a guy with so many championships, so many wins, and his first advice to normal people, businessmen, businesswomen, whatever, is that you need to learn how to get beat. And so I took that and digested a little bit. And what it means is, one of the biggest problems I see with people these days, from kids to business people, lawyers, you name it, is their inability to take judgment from others. The slightest little words from someone else break them down, stop them from wanting to achieve. So I thought this would be a neat video today to talk to you a little bit about not letting others' judgments bother you, but instead turn it into a positive, turn it into a motivating factor. In my personal endeavors throughout my life, I think the biggest things I've ever accomplished, going to law school, graduating from the Army's infantry school and jump school, two of the toughest schools, it was always because there was always somebody or a voice there telling me I couldn't do those things, and it made me want to do it even more. And as a young lawyer, people are like, well, you're crazy, Daryl. You can't go out on your own and make it here. You got to join a firm. You got to do it like everybody else does. You got to pay your dues and do all this stuff. And I just said, hogwash. Maybe I just wasn't smart enough to believe them or whatever. But I was like, I always used those views and opinions of me to drive me even harder. Well, now, I'm not the oldest and most experienced attorney in town, but I'm up there. I'm getting up there with the other ones. And I certainly don't want to cast any, of those opinions on younger lawyers. I pretty much think you can do anything you put your mind to. But over the years, I think, judgment from others, from competitors, things like that has definitely driven me. It's driven me to go harder, faster, stronger, work more hours, whatever. And so that's what I would encourage you to do today. Whether it's the opinions of friends or family or competitors or whatever, use those in a positive manner to drive you to want to go further, to go harder, to go faster. Don't let someone's judgment of you weaken your stance or make you angry. You turn that into a positive for yourself. We all love the movies Rocky, when Adrian's standing in the stairwell and she says, hey, Rocky, you can't beat the Russians. You can't win. And we saw Rudy, the movie Rudy. I think it's 30 years old now. And, he slept in a barn because he had a love of Notre Dame football and that. And so those are just examples. It's all real life stories that relate to real life stories where we just don't take no for an answer. We don't let other people define us. And it's like back to the start of the video when I said, it's like Pat Riley said, if you're gonna deal in big time athletics or business or education or whatever it is, sports, whatever it is, you better be able to tolerate getting beat sometimes. But you can't let it define you. You got to get back up, go back out, and begin again. So anyway, just a little something that had been on my mind, the inability of people to deal with judgment. And I'm giving you a little recipe today to turn that judgment on its ear, use that to drive you and motivate you more. And so I'll end this video today by asking, what are you grateful for? You can name 3 things today that you're grateful for, and then go out and have a great day. I know that I am grateful for, number one, for a chance to speak at a traumatic brain injury seminar this week. Number two, I'm very thankful for my law practice here in the city of Paducah, Kentucky. Without that, I would not have an opportunity to speak this week. And then third of all, if you've seen some of our videos, my wife and I are expecting a little boy. And no, we don't have a name yet, but we'll take any suggestions that you got. Daily Daryl on Tuesday. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you back here real soon.